I really hate myself. Last time, I tried to beat Pokemon Crystal only using my starter in battle without taking damage. Link to that video below. Now, we're heading back to IGN's favorite Pokemon generation to see if we can beat Pokemon Emerald only using a Magcargo in battle. Shout out to Carl Evans for the suggestion. Do you have a challenge you'd like to see me try? Suggest it in the comments. Wanna force me to do it? Then become a backer on Patreon and force my hand. Link in the description. Back to the topic of today's video. You're probably asking, why don't you just use Slugma instead? Wouldn't that be harder? Not necessarily. While Slugma might not be able to hit as hard as Magcargo, Slugma's weaknesses don't get much better upon evolving. In fact, it even gains a couple. While Slugma's defense stat triples upon evolving, its three weakest stats, HP, attack, and speed, only get a 10-point increase in base power. So I still have a Pokemon that doesn't have a lot of HP, can't hit that hard, and a speed stat that's slower than molasses in February. Not only that, Magcargo is also part rock type, gaining not only a fighting type weakness, but a 4 times weakness to both ground and water. And if you know anything about Pokemon, being slow is bad enough, but being slow and having not 1, not 3, but 2 4 times weaknesses is practically a death sentence. But we never know. Magcargo might be able to crawl its way to victory. As for the rules, for those of you that are new here, obviously, the Magcargo line is the only Pokemon I'm allowed to use in battle. I'm saying line because we're going to start with a Slugma and battle with that until it evolves. I won't use any items in battle except for held. Any HM users needed will be knocked out in the party, and no glitches or exploits. As a little bonus challenge, we're going to see if we can do this without having to resort to spamming Double Team, which Magcargo can learn through TM. Alright, this intro is long enough. Let's begin. First, let's get our starter. Using the Universal Pokemon Randomizer, we're going to change our starter from level 5 Torchic to a level 5 Slugma. We then take out the level 2 Zigzagoon that was chasing Professor Birch, which was a lot more tedious than it needed to be. The only attacking move we have right now is Smog, which has an attack power of 20 and an accuracy of 70. Hence all the misses. This is just a poor man's thunder. We eventually take out the Zigzagoon and head back to the lab, where we can finally name her Slugma. In memory of the best Slugma ever, I call it Kelvin Ooze, or KO for short, who is apparently female, because I did not actually notice until I was playing for an hour or so. Because, what are genders really? Smog clearly doesn't get the job done against my rival. So we're going to beat up a few wild Pokemon, drain all the PP from Smog and Yawn, and go in with Struggle. First, we're going to grind up until we're about to hit level 8. I'll explain why in a minute. So stock up on some potions and get grinding. The reason we're only grinding to level 7 is because at level 8, Slugma learns Ember, and I figured Struggle would still be the safer option, even with the recoil damage. We could also waste all of Ember's PP and keep going, but I wanted to do this challenge with as little grinding as possible. It was close, but we defeat our rival, gain 69 EXP, grow to level 8, and learn Ember. Nice. Now that we know Ember, regular trainers aren't an issue.
We easily defeat them en route to Rustboro City, where we face Roxanne.
My first attempt doesn't go too well. Ember does next to nothing, and we can't even get past Roxanne's first Geodude. So I grind KO to level 20 and try again. This time, with a combination of Yawn and Ember, we're able to take out her 2 Geodudes, but get completely buried by Nosepass. We have to grind another 5 levels, but those extra 5 levels, along with an Owen Berry and some poor choices made by our opponent, were able to topple Roxanne and nab our first badge. Next, I recommend doing the optional battle against our rival. The battle itself isn't too hard, but we do gain a fair amount of EXP. Rock Throw takes care of my rival Slugma, and a few shots from Ember takes care of Mudkip, and help that it use Bide instead of attacking me. Now we cross our pond to Dewford to face Brawley. His first 2 Pokemon go down with a couple of embers, but not before Meditite sets up Light Scream, making it Thick-Thack Makuhita even bulkier. Yawn's a good idea here. We're gonna need every free turn we can get. I keep spamming Ember once it's asleep, praying that it'll be a long nap. We get close despite it holding a citrus berry, but it wakes up and takes us out. A few attempts later, I decide to max out KO's defense while Machop takes a snooze. Now most attacks deflect off of us. It was still close, but max out defense does the trick, and we grab our second badge. We then boat over to the Slate Port, deliver the goods, and kick Team Aqua out of the museum. Heading to the route above, we run into our rival again. His long-brained Slugma go down easy, but his last Pokemon, Marshtomp, doesn't. Both of KO's attacks don't deal a lot of damage, so I decided it'd be best to put Marshtomp asleep and hope it stays down long enough for me to knock it out. My rival makes things easy again by going for Bide for some reason. Sadly, it wakes up, and instead of trying to put it back to sleep, I keep spamming Ember, hoping for either a burn or a crit. Neither happens, and it takes me out. It takes a handful of tries, but I do eventually manage to squeeze out a victory. If I hadn't burnt it, I probably would have lost. Before I challenge Watson, I need to show Wally he's not ready for the gym by one-shotting his Ralts. KO is so close to evolving, so I grind on nearby trainers until I reach level 38, which KO evolves into Magcargo. With my newly evolved friend, we are ready to clean house. Watson leads by having Voltorb self-destruct. Rude. Or maybe that Voltorb went rogue because it knew it didn't stand a chance, as I easily sweep Watson's team and grab my third badge. On my way to Fall Harbor, I run to this guy who gives me the TM for secret power, a decent normal type move that does secondary effects depending on your location. I immediately teach it to KO. We make it to Meteor Falls just in time to see Team Magma steal the meteorite. We chase them to Mount Chimney and have our first encounter with Maxie. And this is just a warm-up battle to show what's to come down the road. We easily take out all of Maxie's Pokemon, despite having her attack drop from Intimidate. Now it's time to face Flannery. Her Pokemon are all fire types, and they're all slow. I drop rocks on her whole team and grab badge 4. The only thing you'll note is that her Torkoal will tank my rocks pretty well considering the level gap. This doesn't bode well for the future. With little distractions, I head back to Petalburg to face Norman Holtolstein. The battle here again was fairly easy. What surprised me the most is that his Slaking outsped us despite us being 20 levels higher. I can only imagine what's going to happen to us at later gyms. After beating our dad, we head to the Weather Institute to boot out Team Aqua and face our rival again. This time, however, we had the levels to deal with him with little issue. We even tanked a 4 times weak Mudshot fairly well. Time to face Winona. Her Altaria is the only Pokemon that outspeeds us. It goes for Earthquake, dealing a decent chunk of damage, but we're able to one-shot it with Rock Slide before it can start dancing and become a real issue. With Altaria taken out, the battle is essentially over. We now have 6 badges. We make it to Lily Cove, but if we want to do any shopping here, we gotta fight our rival again. Again, his first 2 Pokemon go down easy. Marshtomp only takes about half damage from Secret Power and hits back with Mudshot, lowering my speed. Now it's faster than me and goes for Takedown. Odd choice, but the bit of recoil damage it takes is enough to bring it into KO range. Last out is Ludicolo, who's faster than me due to the speed drop. Absorb does nothing, but it just manages to take a Flamethrower. I am genuinely shocked, but it does go down on my next turn. We make it to Mount Pirate just in time to see Team Aqua steal the red orb. This kind old lady gives us the Magma album that a Team Magma grunt dropped earlier. We battle our way through Magma's hideout and make it to Maxie, just to see him use the wrong orb and wake up Groudon. Then he proceeds to take out his frustrations on us. He leaves with Mightyena, whose Intimidate cuts our attack. Flamethrower one-shots it, but his next Pokemon is Camerupt. Rock Slide takes it down to about half and answers back with Earthquake. As you can imagine, a quad-weak Earthquake does massive damage. Maxie uses his next couple turns to trial heal his Camerupt, while I hope Rock Slide doesn't miss. He runs out of potions eventually, and I finish it off. Crobat is faster than me, and goes for Bite that flinches. It lives a Flamethrower, and things are coming down to the wire. Bite thankfully doesn't flinch us again, and we're able to finish it off. And just as things seem to be finally going our way, Team Aqua steals a submarine and attempts to get closer to Kyogre. But we're going to have to put that on hold for now. First, we got a batch to grab. As I'm sure you're aware by now, Tate and Liza are all about double battles, and they will not battle us until we have 2 active Pokemon in our party. So I went out and caught a Magikarp that only knows Splash, so I can't attack with it even on accident. Magikarp is taken out immediately, and spoilers, KO doesn't fare much better. All other Pokemon are faster than us, and the Wombo combo of Earthquake and Psychic completely destroys us. With little choice, it's time for a grinding session. At level 69, heyo, I'm faster than all their Pokemon, except for Xatu. But I had a plan. Xatu will always take out Magikarp first. So while Xatu is occupied with that, I can use Rock Slide to do some serious damage, and possibly even flinch Claydol. It takes a few attempts, but I get something even better. At level 75, I'm able to one-shot Xatu, and I get a flinch on Claydol. They send out Lunatone, but at this point, I'm faster and I finish off Claydol with Flamethrower. Thankfully, instead of attacking me, Lunatone sets up Light Scream, which normally would be a bad thing, but I can rely on the flinches from Rock Slide since I'm now faster. Not only that, their last Pokemon Soul Rock uses Sunny Day, making Light Screen kinda useless now. Things seem to be going my way, until Lunatone uses Hypnosis. Now I just hope we can wake up before they set up too many Calm Minds, or get a special draw from Psychic. Thankfully, we're only asleep for 2 turns, and finish them both off with Flamethrower. With Batch 7 in hand, we head to the Space Museum to teach Team Magma the error of their ways. It's another double battle, but instead of having a Magikarp as our partner, we have Steven Stone. The battle itself isn't hard. The only thing to note here is that between me and Steven, we lost 6 straight turns due to confusion. But I digress, the battle was still easy. Now we can chase Team Aqua. I grab the TM for Earthquake, teach it to KO, and battle Archie himself. We easily brush him aside as the red orb goes off and wakes up Kyogre. Great. Now we gotta wake up Rayquaza, Toll-san, and have him stop all this fighting between Oni-chan and One-chan. God, I'm such a weeb. But with all that out of the way, we can continue our journey to the Elite Four. But first, we've got one more batch to grab. It's time to face Hoenn. Body Slam takes care of Lubdisk. Rock Slide buries Celio. Crawdaunt just lives a Flamethrower. I went for that because I knew it would do more damage than my physical moves, and attacks back with Crab Hammer. Half our health is gone now. We take on our next turn and get past Wish Cache as well. But not before it sets up the rain. Last out is Kingdra. It's faster than us, and we drown from Water Pulse. Even after a few more attempts in a small grinding session, it's always the same song and dance. Kingdra is faster than us, even without the rain. It's not until I hit level 89 where I'm finally faster than it. It lives in Earthquake and goes for Double Team, giving me the break I needed. We land one more Earthquake and grab Badge 8. Now it's off to Evergrande City to challenge the Elite Four. Wally tries to battle us again, but it wasn't a good idea. We train Victory Road until we hit level 100, and with that, we are ready. Let's get to work. Sydney leaves with Mightyena, cutting our attack, but that's okay. All his Pokemon go down in one shot with Flamethrower, and it's the same story when it comes to Phoebe. Glacia requires a little more work, and by a little more work, I mean we have to use 2 moves as opposed to 1. Rock Slide makes short work of her 2 Celios and Walrein, while Flamethrower melts Glalie. You might be thinking I came into the Elite Four a little overprepared, and that's a fair statement. Until we get to Drake. His Shelgon knows Rock Tomb, which lowers our already pathetic speed, making us slower than all of his other Pokemon. While Shelgon itself isn't a huge problem, Salamence is. With its Intimidate ability, we're going to be doing this battle with our attack cut, and Drake will almost always send out Salamence right after Shelgon is defeated. While Dragon Claw doesn't do a lot of damage, the nerf to my speed and my attack, plus damage already done to me,
It's more than enough for Flygon to wreck me with Earthquake, or Kingdra to drown me with Surf. In order to have any chance of beating Drake, without resorting to spamming Double Team, I need either Rock Tomb to miss, or get flinches from Rock Slide or paralysis from Body Slam. Crits would help as well, of course. If all that happens, I may just have a chance to defeat his team. It takes a while, but I do eventually get the run I needed to get to his Kingdra with most of my health intact. At near full health, we can take one non-crit Surf and live to talk about it. I get a lucky flinch from Rock Slide on Kingdra as well, but it just lives in Earthquake and uses Surf, taking me well under half. Even with the Citrus Berry I have equipped, one more attack will take me out. I finish it off with Body Slam as Drake sends out Flygon. Unsure if I'll be able to take an Earthquake, I go for Body Slam and hope for the best. Earthquake crits us, unfortunately, taking us out and forcing us back to the beginning. I eventually manage to get back to Flygon with most of my health intact. I keep going for Body Slam hoping for a paralysis. It doesn't happen as Flygon answers back with Earthquake. We take it, bringing us to under half our health and activating our Citrus Berry. Flygon uses Earthquake again, and we're just hanging on. I knew Flygon could take another Body Slam. At this point, I'm hoping for a crit, which unfortunately doesn't happen. I knew Flygon was faster than us and could finish us off with one more attack. However, we accidentally exploit a failure with AI. Instead of finishing us off, Drake uses full restore to heal his Flygon. I went for Body Slam for the heck of it, fully expecting to lose here. However, we get a crit, taking it out from full health. But then I knew Drake still had one more Pokemon, Altaria. I cross my fingers and pray that we're faster. We are, and Rock Slide hits, taking out Altaria in one shot. It was a long, hard-fought battle, but we still have one more battle ahead of us to win the war. The champion, Wallace. Wailord is able to take an Earthquake and sets up Rain Dance. That's not good for a quad water weak Pokemon, but on the upside, one more Earthquake takes out Wailord. Ludicolo is out next, and thanks to Swift Swim, it's faster than us. Instead of attacking, however, it just keeps spamming Double Team, tempting me. I eventually land a Body Slam as the rain stops. We're faster than it now, and we land one more Body Slam to finish it off. Gyarados comes out and cuts our attack. It goes down to a single Rock Slide, and Tentacruel goes down to a single Earthquake. 4 down, 2 to go, as his ace Milotic is out next. We're faster, thankfully, but if we don't get any crits or flinches, we'll be easily taken out with 2 Surfs. Ideally, I prefer a crit, as not only need to get past Wallace using full restore, I need to get past Milotic's Berry as well. Assuming I get to Milotic, that is. Sometimes, instead of spamming Double Team, Ludicolo will use a Rain Boosted Surf to one-shot us, or Leech Seed, and we can't take more than 2, maybe 3 attacks from any of his Pokemon. And if we get crit, forget about it. So in order to win, we need to take as little damage as possible, hope Rock Slide doesn't miss, and pray for a lot of flinches. Of course, we have other things to worry about as well. A Water Spout from a full health Wailord will destroy us in one hit. Ludicolo being faster than us and deciding to attack. Rock Slide not one-shotting Gyarados, or missing Gyarados. In fact, the only Pokemon I don't have to worry about is Tentacruel, as it will always go down to 1 Earthquake, and we're faster. But of course, the big wall here is Milotic, who can poison me, has a Citrus Berry, knows Recover, and can wash me away with 2 Surfs. I almost need to get a crit here to stand a chance. Or get like 4 or 5 flinches in a row so I can burn through Wallace's full restore supply. It takes a long time, but I do eventually get the crit I need to one-shot Milotic with Rock Slide. But wait, there's still one more Pokemon left. Wishcash. Rock Slide won't save us here, as thanks to its part ground typing, it resists Rock Slide. I go for Body Slam. It doesn't do much damage as Surf almost takes us out. I then decide to try for Flamethrower and hope that'll do more damage. It does about the same, lives it, and takes us out with one more surf. So somehow, we need to get to Wish Cache at full health or at least near it to have any chance of winning. Now I either need to crit and one-shot it or get super lucky with flinches. It does take a while, but I do eventually get that lucky crit. Now I'm at Wish Cache at full health. With Body Slam and Flamethrower doing roughly the same damage, I decide to try Body Slam and hope for a paralysis. Instead of paralysis, I get another crit and take it out in one shot. And that's it. We have officially beaten Pokemon Emerald only using Magcargo in battle. And we didn't have to use Double Team. This was a rather interesting challenge. The difficulty curve from this is insane, as I found it quickly went from 1 to 100 by the end of the Elite Four. Both Drake and Wallace were difficult for their own reasons. As for which one is harder, it's hard to say. Wallace took longer, but with Drake, I ran into AI stupidity, so who knows how long it actually would have taken if Drake had made a smart move. Anyway, it's time to put the controller down. Thank you all so much for watching until the end, and please, if you enjoy this, like and subscribe to the channel. I'm hoping to hit 2,000 subscribers by spring. I don't normally ask for subscribers, but apparently it's good for the algorithm. And with that being said, I will see you all very soon. Bye-bye.